O Sione Gada, Gozali Heli, Kosa Yagti Zilutsik, Anizelek. Good evening. We welcome you to the Cherokee Council. We just welcome all of you for being here this evening. We've got a good crowd, and at this time we will call the meeting to order. Let's do the invocation as we start this evening's meeting. Would you all stand? The most gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for this evening. We just thank you for the blessings you have bestowed upon our tribe. The most gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for the leadership of this tribe. We thank you for our veterans. We just thank you for our elders who guides and leads us in our decision making. As we make decisions tonight, dear Lord, guide and lead us and just have the Spirit come over our people here. We thank you, dear Lord, again for everything you do for our tribe. Guide and lead us this evening as we go to take the business to hand, the Cherokee Nation. Amen. Council members, when you want to make a comment or speak, make sure that you turn your mic on so our recorder can take care of it, okay? So at this time, we will go to roll call. Shelley?
Yes, sir. Bill England. Keith Austin. Here. Jack Baker.
Here.
Harley Bezer. Here. Joe Bird.
Honey?
Sean Crittenden. Don Garvin. Frankie Hargis.
Present.
Wanda Hatfield. Rex Jordan. Here. Dick Lay.
Here.
Curtis Snell.
Here.
Denise Taylor. Here. David Thornton.
Honey.
Victoria Vesquez.
Honey.
David Walkenstick. Brian Warner.
Honey.
We do have a quorum.
The minutes were mailed to you at this time. I entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Got a motion and second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, the ayes have it. At this time, we would like to have our Principal Chief of the Cherokee Nation give the State of the Nation address.
OCO, and welcome to the May council meeting. Seems like time's just flying. But news of this month, we had a great annual event with the rural firefighters coming in. We gave all 130 rural fire departments checks in the amount of $3,500. That money can be used however they see fit to serve their community. It was a total investment of $455,000. Recently, we launched a new website dedicated exclusively to connecting at-large Cherokee Nation citizens with more and better information about the Cherokee Nation. Our own Kawi Cafe, the entrepreneur program, was named Educational Program of the Year by the Native American Finance Officers Association, and they brought back a nice trophy. We partnered with the BIA's Eastern Oklahoma Regional Office to put 1,330 acres of land into trust status. It represents the largest acreage ever for this region that we put into trust up at Chilocco for the Cherokee people. In our fight to curb prescription drug abuse, the Cherokee Nation team was in Wagner over the weekend and collected over 3,000 pills and gave out lock boxes to keep kids safe from narcotic pain pills. We will be collecting pills to protect our children in other areas as well. The Cherokee Nation continues to be a good partner in our efforts to improve northeastern Oklahoma and our communities. We replaced 4 bridges in Delaware County in the Kenwood area, opened a playground in Ketchum and a splash pad in Hulbert, dedicated a new road project in Adair County for the Stillwell Industrial Park. We made a $10,000 contribution to the Special Needs Park for children of special needs in Tahlequah. And finally, we broke ground on a new archery park right here at the Cherokee Nation Complex, and it will be named after the world-famous, world champion Cherokee, Joe Thornton, and it'll be the first range ever built on tribal lands. I'm especially honored and pleased that we've got a group of bright young people with us today that have been training hard. We've only lost one to a broken collarbone. But if they would at this time please rise and give your name and what community you're from, remember the Movable Bike Riders for 2016.
Hello, my name is Kelsey Gertie. I'm 22 years old. I go to school at NSU. I'm a senior. I'm from Warner, Oklahoma.
Hi, I'm Nicolette Lewis. I'm 24 years old. I'm from Tahlequah, and I work at a junior high.
CEO, my name is Amber Anderson. I come from Oklahoma City. I'm currently pursuing my master's in public health at North Dakota State University and working at the Southern Plains Tribal Health Board.
Hello, my name is Amisha Craig. I'm 25 and I'm also from Tahlequah, and I go to Iowa State University.
Hi, I'm Glendon Van Sant. I'm a 16-year-old homeschooled student from Silent Springs, Arkansas.
Hi, I'm Blaine Workman. I'm 16. I'm from Muldrow, Oklahoma, and I attend Muldrow Public Schools.
Hello, I'm Kyler Trumbla. I'm 23, and I'm from Proctor, Oklahoma, and I graduated from University of Central Oklahoma last summer.
Hello, I'm Stephanie Hammer. I'm 24. I'm from Tahlequah, and I am a student at NSU.
Let's give them a big round of applause. I always look forward to sending these young people off, and they come back changed people that know so much more about our culture, our history, where we came from, and it's truly going to be a blessing, and they're going to come back as brothers and sisters, so it's going to be a wonderful time. At this time, I'm going to recognize those Cherokee citizens that were with us last month that are not with us this month. And then we'll have a moment of silence after these are read. Floyd Benge of Salisaw, Don Bolin of Tahlequah, Roger Carlton of Choctaw, Teresa Donahoe of Owasso, Norma Drury of Stillwell, Jess Drywater of Tahlequah, Roger Fisher of Tahlequah, Avo Five Killer, longtime employee who represented the tribe as a volunteer for the National Congress of American Indians, Anna Faust of Welch, Jimmy Goldsberry of Tulsa, Michael Hall of Salisaw, Theodore Hardison of Claremore, Michaela Hedrick of Muskogee, Stuart Hendricks of Sperry, Terry Jones of Salisaw, Lewis Abram Ketchum of Bartlesville, He was the father of former Delaware Chiefs D. Ketchum and Lou Ketchum, Brian Lawson of Pryor, Bluebird Linville of Stillwell, Karma Matlock of Tahlequah, Virginia McElnary of Salisaw, William Medlin of Tahlequah, Mary Mose of Tahlequah, J.B. Mouse of Pryor, Patrick Russell of Veneta, Preston Rogers of Salisaw, James Scott of Tahlequah, Pauline Scott of Tahlequah, Joyce Senior of Nowata, Ruby C. of Muskogee, Chelsea Spedrish of Wagner, Claudia Cisco of Miami, Gloria Stoller of Pryor, Gussie Steele of Salisaw, Jacob Tanner of Tahlequah, coach and mentor at Sequoia High School, Larry Vest of Tahlequah, Paul Walkingstick of Tahlequah, Dennis Walters of Salisaw, Vicki Woods of Tulsa, and Sharon Yale of Tahlequah. Are there others that I've missed? Sean?
Albert Soap, Stillwell. Also a teacher at Haskell. His name was Andy Gertie.
Any others?
Wade McAllister, Senior, Houston, Houston, Texas.
Leo Buzzard, Marble City.
We can have a moment of silence, please. Well, this completes the State of the Nation for May of 2016.
We'd like to acknowledge the lady that oversees some of our youth programs, and she's in the audience. Make sure that things are done right. And former Miss Cherokee, former Miss Indian Oklahoma, and former Miss Indian USA. Lisa, would you stand? This lady is in charge of our youth program. And I think she was All-State in softball. I would continue reading her resume, but I just can't do that right now. So at this time, our Deputy Chief, we always take this time to honor our veterans, and so you have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, Honorable Council, honored guests and staff, this evening we have 4 veterans with us, and we want to honor them with the Warrior Award and the Medal of Patriotism for their service to this country. Our first veteran this evening, and if the at-large council members, Wanda and Jack, would you come down and help me with this presentation, please? And you're going to be busy. The first 3 veterans are all at large, okay? So just stay with me. Our first veteran tonight is Glenn Olin Dawson. Glenn, would you come forward, sir? Glenn Dawson was raised on a farm between Fairland and Afton, Oklahoma. He entered the United States Navy in 1943. He attended basic training at the Naval Training Station in Farragut, Idaho. From Idaho, Mr. Dawson was transferred to California to attend invasion landing craft training, where he learned how to operate and land heavy equipment such as trucks, tractors, and guns. He was in Hawaii, the Marshall Islands, and was part of the second wave into Guam. While in Guam, he remembers the USS Indianapolis delivering the first atomic bomb to the Marianas Islands. From the Marianas Islands, the bomb was shipped to Saipan, where it was put on a plane and was eventually dropped on Hiroshima. After leaving the Marianas Islands, the Independence docked at Guam, where Mr. Dawson tied the ship up so that it could be serviced. The USS Indianapolis was released back into the bay about 4 that same afternoon and was headed to the Philippines. By midnight that same day, the USS Indianapolis had been sunk by the Japanese, and most of the crew was lost. After being honorably discharged in March of '46, Mr. Dawson worked laying pipeline. In '69, he started his own business laying pipeline and building compressor stations for oil companies. In '72, his company received a contract with Phillips Petroleum to build gas stations throughout Oklahoma. His company built 46 gas stations. Mr. Dawson can't remember the miles of pipeline that he laid for Phillips because after 9 years, he just lost count. He retired in 1982 and today lives in Pleasant Hill, Missouri. And Mr. Dawson, thank you, sir, for your service to this country.
And this is something you've earned, not something we're just giving you. But if you go active duty, that can actually go on your uniform. And let's do that. And you want your family to come down and take a picture with you?
I would love that.
Would the family please come down?
Can we get one right quick?
Okay. We'll get one while they're coming.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Sorry.
All right, everybody. Come on, just keep going.
You might have to.
Keep going. Get right in here.
We need his kids first. Kids first, yeah. It doesn't matter, just kids.
No.
And then Dusty's his son. There's Tom.
All right. I don't get it.
Oh, you got a wide angle.
Should we have some down in front?
Here we go. Go back on the desk.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Not something that we just gave, but would you like to say anything, sir?
I would like to thank every citizen of the Cherokee Nation from the bottom of my heart for this award made possible by you people. Thank you very much, every one of you. Thank you.
Bless you, sir.
Our second veteran this evening is Mr. Joe B. Hildebrand. Joe, come forward, sir. Mr. Hildebrand entered the U.S. Army on July 27, 1943, and received basic training at Camp Walters in Mineral Wells, Texas. He shipped out of Camp Patrick Henry and traveled through Africa to Naples, Italy, where he was part of a replacement unit at Anzio Beach Head. He remembers having to stay in a foxhole all day and only coming out at night because the Germans had the higher ground. They were finally able to break out and break through the German lines in May of '44. In June of '44, he was the assistant squad leader and his unit was in place to free Rome. He tells of the night of June 3rd when he and the squad leader were out on patrol. The squad leader raised his hand to his mouth in warning for silence. The next thing Mr. Hildebrand remembers is the squad leader being shot. However, Mr. Hildebrand and his unit liberated Rome from the tight fist of the German army the next day. On August the 15th of '44, he was in the first wave of the invasion of France. On September 11, '44, Mr. Hildebrand was wounded outside of Dampina? How do you say that? Close enough. France. While engaged in combat against the Germans. He was in a field hospital in a tent for almost 2 weeks before beginning his lengthy trip back to the United States for multiple surgeries. Squad Leader Hildebrand was discharged from the Army in October of 45. He was certified as a combat infantryman, expert rifleman, and received the European, African, Middle Eastern Theater Medal with 2 Bronze Service Stars, the Good Conduct Medal, 1 Bronze Star Medal, 1 Overseas Service Bar, 1 Bronze Arrowhead, the World War II Victory Medal, and the Purple Heart Medal. Mr. Hildebrand, on behalf of the Cherokee Nation, thanks for your service to this country.
Let's grab a quick picture and then we'll have your family come down.
Would all one of them come up here? Wife Lucia.
We need some of Glenn's family up here.
Joe, would you like to say anything?
Oh, I just appreciate this honor. I thank you very, very much.
Well, you earned it, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our third veteran this evening is a gentleman named Ray Gene Jackson. Ray Gene, come down. Mr. Jackson joined the Army in 1943 at the age of 19 years. He served in the India-Burma area as an infantryman. He was a sergeant with Merrill's Marauders, a long-range penetration special operations jungle warfare unit. The unit became famous for its deep penetration missions behind Japanese lines, often engaging Japanese forces superior in numbers. Despite no artillery or tank support, they were able to successfully engage in what was known as hit-and-run tactics, which contributed to deteriorating the morale of the Japanese forces in Burma. The Marauders would sometimes operate for months behind enemy lines with only the assistance of an airdrop supplies. Mr. Jackson served in the India, Burma, Saipan, Tinian, and in the jungles of other small islands. Gene earned the following ribbons and badges: Asiatic Pacific Ribbon with 2 battle stars, Infantryman Badge, Unit Citation Badge, Good Conduct Ribbon, American Theater Ribbon, and World War II Victory Ribbon. Gene has several life-threatening experiences as well as a serious case of malaria during his service. It was amazing that he and his 3 older brothers all safely returned from service after World War II. After victory was achieved, Gene's unit lost the coin toss. The winning units were flown home from the jungles of Asia, while Gene's unit spent nearly 4 months on a ship returning to the United States. Consequently, Gene is not fond of ocean voyages, and I ain't either. Gene, thank you, sir, for your service to this country. I went on the cruise one time, and it didn't land in a good place either. So that's part of the deal, though. But we both got home. That's the good part.
All right, let's get a picture and then we'll have your family come down. And we have family that would like to come down.
All right.
Well, thank you for your service. Appreciate you.
I need Councilman Keith Austin to come and help with this, please. This is our last veteran that's with us this evening. His name is Donald A. Summers. Donald, come down, sir. Donald Summers joined the U.S. Navy in 1952 in Tulsa, Oklahoma. After he was sworn in Oklahoma City, he rode a troop train to San Diego, California, received his basic training at Camp Elliott, east of San Diego, out in the desert. After training, he was assigned to ship's company aboard the USS Barico CVE-115. He sailed for Korea on January 6th of 53 and remained there with a squadron of F-4U-4 Corsairs to support troops on the ground. The aircrafts were launched at first light to fly back and forth all day. Many aircraft crashed on the flight deck, and some had to ditch into the water, and the pilot was picked up by a helicopter. After the war was over, the ship went into dry dock in Long Beach, California, and was outfitted for duty in the Marshall Islands. During his tour to the Marshall Islands, the United States and the Atomic Energy Commission conducted Operation Castle and detonated 6 hydrogen bombs, the largest being the Bravo shot on March the 1st of 54. Everyone involved in the test received some degree of radiation exposure, and many have died as a result. After Operation Castle, Mr. Summers was assigned to Aviation Structure and Hydraulics School in Millington, Tennessee. He completed his enlistment at Hutchinson, Kansas Naval Air Station. Mr. Summers retired from American Airlines after more than 37 years. He and Lois, his wife of 63 years, and their children, Stephen, Marilyn, and Larry, all live near Claremore, Oklahoma. And Mr. Summers, thank you, sir, for your service to this country.
He said, yours won't fit.
No, the one I had won't fit. I'll get a bigger one though. All right, sir. Thank you.
Grab a picture and then we'll have the family come down. If the family would come forward. Can you get there? You caused this mess. Donald, would you like to say anything?
I appreciate the Cherokee Nation and for what they've done for me personally. The benefits of being Cherokee are tremendous, and it's a heartfelt gratitude that I have for the Cherokee Nation as a whole and for the people, men and women that are representing us. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Mr. Speaker, I had another veteran, Mr. Speaker, that was hoping to be here tonight, but he's coming Thursday. He lives in Georgia, and he had some problems, but he asked me if I would read his little bio, and with your permission, I'll do so if you've got time just for this.
Go right ahead, sir.
And Thursday evening or morning at 10:30, I'll present his Warrior Award and his medal to him out there by the seal.
Sure.
His name is Charles Ray Seabolt. He retired as Master Sergeant after 20 years and 15 days of service with the U.S. Air Force. His service overseas included Okinawa, Labrador, Turkey, Austria, Azores, Germany, Hawaii, Japan, and Korea, Newfoundland, Iceland, and England. Spent 12 years in aircraft maintenance, rising from crew chief to line chief with supervision of 22 multi-engine aircraft. His last 7 years were in the missile field, where he set up missile programs in Izmir, Turkey, as a non-commissioned officer in charge of a 3-missile company and 4 operational launch crews. Upon return to the USA, he was sent to Vandenberg Air Force Base for a special experimental program that was the forerunner of the Patriot missile. He remained a non-commissioned officer in charge and had complete control over pad operations until his retirement. He received the Air Force Commendation Medal, Outstanding Unit Award with 4 oak leaf clusters, Army Good Conduct Medal with 14 loops, National Defense Medal, 1 Bronze Service Star, Air Force Longevity Medal with 4 oak clusters, the Korean Service Medal, Short Service and Long Service Ribbons, Cold War Medal, Space Explorer Medal, Explorationary Service Medal, Outstanding Service Medal, and Air Force 121 Infantry Regiment Badge for 73 months overseas. After his retirement, Charles Seabolt worked as an electrical engineer on Apollo 10, 11, 12, and 13. And again, he'll be here Thursday for his medal. I thank you, sir, and council, and that's all I have this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy. Okay, we have action of unfinished business. We have none pending. Committee reports. We have Mr. Gary Cooper, Housing Authority.
Mr. Speaker, members of the council, good evening. I know that you've had a long day, and it was just a few short hours ago that I met with you and discussed in your committee meeting, so I'll keep my report very, very, very brief tonight. I narrowed it down from about 10 pages to about 5.5. No, it's about a single page, maybe just a little bit more. So I'll keep it very short. I wanted to be sure to mention that the regular Housing Authority Board meeting for this month is scheduled for 5:30 p.m. next Tuesday. I also want to be sure to share some numbers with you on folks that receive assistance through the Housing Authority in a bunch of different areas. Our Community Shield Insurance Program, which is a program that provides affordable homeowners insurance to low-income Indian Native American families within the Cherokee Nation. We have just 4 shy of 2,700 families, 2,696 families that participate on that program. We provide 1,825 families with rental assistance. That's to help them pay their rent because we're not able to house them all, and that also includes our college housing students in that area. Some 1,347 families live in one of our homes. That's 1,347 homes that we still have under management today, whether it be a new house or a house under one of our previous federally funded programs that we constructed houses on years ago. We've also been busy helping families receive rehab work. We have about 205 families that are receiving either currently or are in the process of receiving housing rehab work today, and that includes 8 jobs that are related to our replacement home program, and the list goes on and on and on. But I wanted to share that with you. Just 71 short days ago, the housing rehab programs came over to the Housing Authority. In that short time, we've made some great strides with getting that program on track. We still have a ways to go, but we are headed in a good direction and in the right direction. And with your help, I think that we can get to where we want to be. The Housing Authority has 254 employees as of March 31st. 95.2% of those employees were Cherokee. 98.4% are either Cherokee or members of other federally recognized tribes. So we have a 98.4% Indian employment ratio. Last week we had our national convention for the National American Indian Housing Council. We had over 700 registered attendees. That was, if not, it was one of the largest groups ever. And we're proud of that. We're also proud that Principal Deputy Assistant Secretary Lourdes Castro Ramirez, who is the over the HUD Department of Public and Indian Housing in Washington, D.C., was in attendance and made some exciting announcements. One was an example of just what we can accomplish if we all come together and work towards a common goal. She announced that in the coming weeks, HUD will announce the formation of Tribal Advisory Committee. That is something that has been lacking at HUD for a long time, and that is something that we have been able to work with the Principal Deputy Assistant Secretary and Secretary Castro in just the, roughly a year's time that they have been with the department, and something that I think that we'll be able to accomplish before this administration leaves office, and that is our goal. And I think it's just one of those things that we can say that, whenever folks come together and put their mind to something, that they can. It may take a little bit of work, but sooner or later we'll get the job accomplished. Though she wasn't able to announce a new Deputy Assistant Secretary just yet, that announcement should be coming in the coming weeks. I do know the candidate who's being considered and will likely get that position. I do know them. I've worked with them, and I know that they will do a great job. And as soon as they are able to announce that, we'll be sure to share that with you. That concludes my report for this evening. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer those for you. And Councilor Walkingstick, the riders were telling me that you were going to go on the bike ride with them. Was that true? Or were they just pulling my leg?
Talking about Jack Baker.
Oh, okay.
On a trip with him.
Okay. But if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer
Any questions for
them.
Mr. Gary Cooper? Good report.
Thank you all.
Next, we have our CEO, our Cherokee Nation Businesses, Mr. Sean Slayton.
Good evening, Council. I'd like to congratulate our employees on a great month of March and their efforts. We finished with $15.2 million in net income. That was $1.8 million ahead of our budget, so hats off to them and their effort. In addition to that, we collected $300,000 in tax collections and remitted that to the Cherokee Nation tax department. Got a lot of projects going on. If you come to the Hard Rock, you'll notice that we redid our lobby. Did that to process our guests and make that a little more efficient. And then on the west side of the building, we're building a new pool and a new spa area. I've seen the drawings and the takeoffs on the spa, and it's going to be top of the line. I think something all of our guests will enjoy. Additionally, we broke ground in Grove, and that's coming along really good. Middle of June, we hope to be up with the steel and keep pushing forward on that and hope for a January 1st opening. We're in the planning stages with Connie Davis's folks on the clinic, and that's going well. You notice when you pull in, Outpost 1's got a big hole in the ground there. Things have kind of been at the standstill with the rains and everything there. And also, we discovered once we got in there that there were some tanks there, and found out there's been a gas station or gas tanks in that area since 1932. And so it's a little more extensive than what we realized, and having to take a little more time in the cleanup of that. But we'll get moving forward here soon again. Our Cherokee Nation Cultural Tourism Department's offering an exclusive 7-day tour exploring Cherokee history and culture. The premium coach tour provides the ultimate Cherokee's experience in America, visiting historic locations in North Carolina, Tennessee, and Georgia. The title of it is West to East, Exploring Cherokee History. It departs on October 9th and will return on October 15th. Attractions include historic sites, state parks, museums, interpretive centers, village sites, memorials, and more. The cost of the tour is $1,450 per person based on single occupancy, and that includes your hotel stay and some meals, and $1,150 per person based on double occupancy. The pricing does include travel, lodging, most meals, and admissions to all sites and attractions. Registrations available through August 9th and requires a deposit of $275. For more information or to book your tour, email cherokee.tourism@cnent.com or just call our main number there and ask for tourism department and they'll connect you. Employees from our CNB and CNE are celebrating the season by volunteering in a statewide initiative to make our Oklahoma highways cleaner. We have a lot of volunteers scattered out helping pick up trash along the highways. You can show your support for this year's Remember the Removal Riders by purchasing an official 2016 t-shirt. They're $14 and available at the gift shop. Proceeds from the sales of the shirt help support the riders as they retrace the Trail of Tears. Cherokee Nation Businesses supports the Heart Association, and recently we were able to help the schools at Catoosa, their seniors, which are required to be able to pass a CPR course with providing them some training packets and things like that. One thing I didn't mention is the plaza. And last month we signed Taco Bueno and the second Sonic Drive-In for Tahlequah to the Cherokee Springs. The Taco Bueno will create more than 60 jobs when it opens early this fall. And the next closest Bueno they wanted me to tell you is 25 miles away. Somebody was pretty specific with that, weren't they? The Sonic Drive-In is building its newest drive-in on 36,000 square foot pad in the plaza and expects to create roughly 40 new jobs when it opens in July. Once open, it will be the second location in Tahlequah. If they're going to open in July, they better get busy down there. We have two additional businesses previously announced, Buffalo Wild Wings, which is currently underway, and Stuteville Ford. So we're very happy with the inquiries that we continue to get with that and the interest that it's generating not only from the local business people, but also from the region as well. We have 6,514 employees. Our Cherokee percentage is 72.8, with other Native American at 8% for a total of 80.9 Native American employees, and that is for the businesses that we can practice a Cherokee preference with. That's my report, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Mr. Sean Slayton? Yes, Councilor Taylor.
It's been a while since I asked about the renovations at Will Rogers Downs. Have those started, or
They haven't started. They've been out for bid, and we're currently evaluating those, trying to make them fit within the amount that we had budgeted. But that's going to be happening soon.
Pretty quick. Okay, when will those bids close?
I couldn't tell you that, but most of them I think have closed, and we're just trying to get down to the budgeted
Okay, thank you.
number.
Okay, anybody else? Good report.
Thank you.
Old business, none pending. Drop down to the items that came out of the Rules Committee. Councilor Hargis, would you take item number 1?
Yes, this is a resolution. I'm sorry.
Make sure you turn your mic on when you're doing the resolutions.
This is a resolution confirming the nomination of Valerie J. Rogers as a governing board member of the Cherokee Nation Home Health Services Incorporated. I put that in the form of a motion.
Got a motion and second. Discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. We have it. Next item, we'll go, Councilor Warner, would you read the resolution number 2?
Yes, sir. This is a resolution confirming the nomination of Valerie J. Rogers as a governing board member of the Cherokee Nation Comprehensive Care Agency known as PACE, and I put this in form of a motion.
We got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? The ayes have it. Okay, Counselor Walkenstick, would you do number 3?
Yes, be honored. This is a resolution confirming the nomination of Pamela Sellers as a Cherokee Nation Election Board Commissioner. I'd like to put that in a form of a motion.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
I abstain.
1 abstention. Okay, I think Ms. Pam Sellers is here, and we have our Judge Garrett here. We're going to do the swearing in now, Shelley? Okay. We also have the community of Webb here. We got Weldon, we got Welling, Eldon, and Briggs. Would you all please stand here? These people here, they do. Yeah. Chiefs in that community, they do an outstanding job. They're probably getting as close to being self-sufficient of any community that's out there. I mean, you need to go out and take a look at what they're doing. They're really doing some great things. So, Ms. Pam Sellers, if you'd come down, we have Judge here, and we'll swear you in and get this thing going. Yes. Yeah, you got to have a witness.
If you'll hold that, and she can put her left hand on that. Put your left hand on that. And if you will, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, and state your name,
I, Pamela Sellers,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
or affirm
or affirm
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the duties of the Election Commission
the duties of the Election Commission
of the Cherokee Nation
of the Cherokee Nation
in a responsible,
in a responsible,
impartial,
impartial,
and unbiased manner.
and unbiased manner,
And will,
and
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect,
protect,
and defend
and defend
the constitutions
the constitutions
of the Cherokee Nation
of the Cherokee Nation
and the United States of America.
and the United States of America.
And I swear or affirm further,
And I
swear
or affirm further
that I will do everything within my power
that I will do everything in my power
to promote the culture,
to promote the culture,
heritage, and traditions
and traditions
of the Cherokee Nation.
of the Cherokee Nation.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Ms. Pam Sellers, is there anything you would like to say to the crowd or council?
I just appreciate the vote of confidence. Thank you.
We appreciate you. Okay, thank you. Item number 5, Councilor Vasquez, you want to take that?
Yes.
4. Let me back up here. Item number 4.
This is a resolution, a resolution authorizing the Attorney General to commence litigation for an accounting of Cherokee Nation Trust assets. Put that in the form of a motion.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, the ayes have it. Okay. Okay, item number 5, Councilor Vasquez.
An act amending LA 0414, revising Title 26 elections of the Cherokee Nation Code annotated. I have one small change. We will be striking the definition of term in its entirety. I put this in a form of a motion.
I will second that.
Got a motion and a second? Discussion? All, yes, Councilor Lay?
So we're doing away with doubling.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
By acclamation.
Yes, by acclamation. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? I'd like to thank the people that, yes. We did,
No,
we did the election code. Yes, yeah. Like to commend the staff and election commission and AG's office for putting together this election code. I mean, it's spent an enormous amount of time on this, and we didn't, some things we don't do perfect, but we're getting close. So just like thank everybody for their patience in getting this done. So appreciate the council. So at this. Now we're dropping down to item number 6. Councilor Baker, you want to?
Yes. I would like to make a motion that we approve items 6 through 9 and 11 through 14, which is a donation of surplus equipment in toto.
Second.
Okay, got a motion and a second? Yes, sir.
I would like to be able to do number 10.
I did not include 10.
Okay, he excluded it. You want to? Okay, yeah, you want to make a motion, withdraw?
Well, the others on the board.
Okay. Okay. All right. So you got a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, now, Councilor Thornton, number 10.
Cherokee Nation Warehouse to donate surplus equipment to Vine Little League, Sequoia County. And I wanted to withdraw that because after looking over that equipment, it just wasn't safe enough to put it out on Little League field. And I thank you very much for letting me withdraw that.
Okay. All right. Appreciate that. Okay, now we're down to item number 15. Councilor Taylor, you want to take that?
This is an act amending Legislative Act 1715, authorizing the comprehensive operating budget for fiscal year 2016, Mod 7, and declaring an emergency, and I put that in the form of a motion.
You have a motion and a second. Any by acclamation? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Okay, all opposed? Okay, ayes have it. These are the land and trust.
I'd like to amend the agenda to include 7 items that came from resources today.
Okay, motion to amend the agenda. Got a second? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. Do by acclamation?
Can we do one? Yeah.
These are all land and
Total.
trust issues. Okay. We can.
Okay. Make a motion to do these all in toto.
Okay. By acclamation. Second. Got a motion second? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. I think that concludes our agenda. Anything else, Shelley? Okay. Yes, Chief Baker.
On the back row, we've got the mayor of Westville and the EMS director. I think they'd like to say a little something.
Yes, come to the podium here.
I'll just like to thank the Cherokee Nation for donating an ambulance to our small community. We serve about 1,800 in our town, small town. We're one of the smallest self-sufficient ambulances for our town, and so it's just it's a great honor. This helps us out tremendously, and I do appreciate you very much.
My name's Ray Saleh. I am the EMS director. I was a employee of Cherokee Nation EMS at one point, and I was very thankful for my time there. But since I've become the director of Westville, we do service a large population of the Cherokee Nation. And again, just like Tony said, we greatly appreciate the donation. It will serve us well.
Okay. Councilor Baker.
Just like to say, I also appreciate the town of Westville, my hometown.
Yes, we all do. I wish they still had that steak place there. Phillips. Okay, Councilor Hargis.
Yes, I'd just like to recognize Miss Diane Kelly and members of the Career Services staff who have joined us tonight, and just want to tell you we appreciate your attendance and support.
Yeah, Diane would have made it on a Trail of Tears. She's a tough lady there. Any other announcement? Yeah, Counselor Austin.
Yes, 2 weeks ago, we had the firefighters awards appreciation banquet. Since then, the town of Oologah sent me a letter expressing their thanks. They used the money in support of a lake rescue boat. They sat there on the shores of Lake Oologah. Since then, they've used the boat twice. Once they were able to get somebody out of the water in under 34 minutes and within the ambulance in 34 minutes. That's an amazing feat on a lake. Second, last week there was a tragic situation where a man died on the lake. He was in 34 feet of water. Because of the way this boat was outfitted with our donation, the funds we were able to give them, they were actually able to get him out of 34 feet of water in just a little over 2 hours and be able to allow his family to have peace. He wanted to say thank you for the donation and wanted to tell us how it was being used.
Any other announcements? We're starting on this end here. Anybody else? Over here? I'd just like to make one small comment. The gentleman, Gene, the veteran that we just honored, Deputy, I've looked long and hard. My father was stationed in Burma as well, and that's why I wanted to catch up with him, and I wanted to talk to him about some of his ventures, because I haven't found anybody other than this guy here that was stationed in Burma. That's where my father was stationed, so it made me proud to meet somebody like that. And he had the coolest shoes, too. Yes. So, the announcement with that, I just say, people, really thank you for coming out and witnessing the tribal council and the government at work here. So, that'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Got a motion and second. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Wadoa, you Cherokees. Ostagesh, last thing.